The story is told of a great and mighty king who had in his kingdom this huge building, 100 stories high. And the king promised that if there's anyone who's able to climb up all 100 flights of stairs, he will be rewarded greatly. He's able to go inside the king's palace and take from the king's treasures whatever he wants. But one condition: there's no elevators. He has to walk up all 100 flights of stairs with his feet. So, the first day the king makes the announcement, you have hundreds of people standing in line. They want to participate in this competition. And of course, the participants were from the mightiest in the country. These were people that were so robust and so strong, exercising day and night, and they were sure about themselves that they will be able to succeed. The king lets them in one by one. However, even the most strongest and even the most mightiest only made it up to the 70th floor. To the 70th floor, they stuck out the white flag, and some rescuer had to come and save him from this building. No one made it higher than the 70th floor. And this went on for years. You always had these new participants coming, but try as they might, no one made it higher than the 70th. And one day there appears in the king's palace a simple person, doesn't look extra strong, doesn't look extra mighty, and he comes and he volunteers himself. He says he's going for this endeavor, he is going to make it up to the top. And the people in the king's palace look at him. They say, you sure? He says, yes, I want to go for it. So the king leads him to the building. He unlocks the door. He gives him the white flag. And he tells him, listen, you know when to stick out this white flag, right? And the man says, yes. But I will make it up to the top, I am sure. So the king wishes him good luck. And he locks the door. No one hears from this simple man for 2-3 hours. Everyone's worried. Everyone's standing around this building. What happened to him? Maybe chas v'shalom, something happened to him in the building. But to everyone's surprise, after 4 hours, the man standing on the roof of the building, waving the flag high and proud. And people were rubbing their eyes in disbelief. What type of person is this? Maybe he's a malach. How is he able to make it up to the top when even the strongest didn't make it? Of course, they bring him down. They bring him into the king's palace. He takes all the good treasures. But then they ask him and they say, maybe you could explain to us, maybe you could tell us, how did you make it up to the top when even people that are much stronger than you weren't able to do it? And he says, very simple, I'll tell you what happened. I went and I started climbing up the stairs. I went up, and after I reached the 50th flight, I felt that's it. I'm never making it up to the 100th flight. Never in my life. I can't do it. And I was thinking, let me just stick out my white flag, and that's it. I'm going to give up. But then, all of a sudden, I said, wait. I know I'm not going to make it to the 100th floor, but I have inside me koyach. I have inside me strength. I could climb up another 20 flights. I know I'm not going to make it more than 20 flights, but I could do that. And with my last ounce of strength, I began climbing and climbing until I made it up to the 70th floor, and that's it. I felt like I'm fainting. If I don't stick out the white flag now, I'm dying. Chas v'shalom. But then this thought came to me and I said, but I could climb up just one more flight of stairs before I pass out. Let me use my just little bit of energy that I have left. Let me use that. And with my last bit of energy, I crawled on my hands and on my feet, and I crawled all the way up to the 71st floor, but then I collapsed. And as I collapsed on the 71st floor, there was an elevator. And the elevator took me all the way up to the top. And I realized that the king didn't want us to get all the way up to the top. It's not possible. But the king wanted us to do our maximum that we could do, to stretch ourselves to our limits. And that's what I did, and I made it up to the top. And here is a great lesson. The story obviously is a mashal. We don't really know if it really happened, but it's a great lesson to every single one of us that we don't have to strive to become these great giants that we find in previous generations. All Hashem wants us to do is stretch ourselves to our maximum, to bring ourselves to our limits, and Hashem will bring us the elevator to lift us up to heights that we have never seen before that we were capable of.